Hello, sentient beings. Welcome to part two of Curing Communication. So, the last episode that we had, we purified some words that we have in the English language and would like to continue that today. So, before I started our session, I did some meditation, and as well, I drew a card that is going to be centering around the meditation, around the session for today, and it is the card Mother Earth, which is very appropriate for the words that we'll be taking a look at today and feeling through today. So, the first word I want to really take a deep dive into is the word baptize. Why I chose baptize is because we have this feeling that baptize has to do with immersing the body, for example, in water. So that was the translation from the Greek from baptismo. So, but what we want to look at is how we look into what baptize really means. So we want to baptize internally and not externally. We've been focusing a lot on things that are external, so that's taking away our attention from the true being of ourself. So we want to definitely look into the word baptize. Now, we know that it is found in several scriptures, the word baptize. And so you might ask, well, how do we baptize from within? Well, if we think about where we're going, we're talking about a consciousness. So rather it be Christ consciousness or Buddha consciousness or Krishna consciousness, we want to reach growth, and we want to reach also freedom. So the question might be, how do we do that? Well, coming to the planet of the Earth has to do with limitations, of course. That's one of the lessons that we're learning, limitations, and as well, feelings and emotions. How do we deal with our feelings and emotions? How do we look outside of the matrix and make our way through? So we'll take a look at some of those today. So again, Mother Earth card came out, so I knew that had to do a lot with what we'll be speaking about today. So I'd like to hear from you as well about your experiences with being baptized. I was baptized at the age of 8 in Miami, Florida. And that was a rather unique experience. I found the water to be very cold. And there were, I want to say, about 5 of us that were being baptized. So we went to the Atlantic Ocean. Our bodies, our heads were immersed in water. And if I can go back to that feeling, it was a feeling of, it more was external with the body than internally with what was happening during that experience with myself. And if we look a little bit deeper, we'll find that these types of experiences, they do have their meaning. Then if we go further, we know in history that there were disagreements as to what was going on religiously. But if we really go deeper, things were playing out more on a spiritual level within the individuals and learning how to deal with emotions, how to deal with the energies. And I want to take a look at one word. Today I have um, the Kim Crane's Wild Unknown Tarot. And I want to take a look at what card will come up for the word. I'll first tell you the word. And the word is COVEN. C-O-V-E-N. So what comes out for the word COVEN is the High Priestess. Okay? So the High Priestess keeps the knowledge within, and of course very fitting as well for the card of Mother Earth. So that knowledge is kept within. So a coven would be considered like a group of maybe witches and so forth that really had secrets. If we go back to the history as well on this planet, and especially here in the USA as well, with witch burnings that happened, throughout probably the planet, I would imagine, because people who could see a little bit more into the future or feel into the future were considered witches, and they were burned at the stake. Now, thank goodness we've moved away from that and began to understand or began to comprehend that what was happening is that we were being influenced and by many different things. Number one, by the moon, by as well the planetary alignments that were happening. And so that was one of the things that we began to understand. So then we have other words that for me are very similar as well in nature, like the word COVID. So COVID, of course, has to do with the cell, and we know we've been experiencing a lot in the last couple of years with COVID-19. So would like to take a moment and to clear the energy around COVID and as well around Corona. So Corona, of course, being the crown, which has to do as well with Mother Earth, which relates to the crown chakra. So yes, it affected many aspects of our lives with COVID-19 or the coronavirus. So some people had neurological issues, others had pulmonary issues as well. So would like to clear that, and would like to use as well the incense that I have here from Mother Earth to clear that feeling. And for those of you that have experienced it, I send you lots of love and light, and also energy that we clear that energy as well. So I had to make a quick little pause because I forgot, actually, little symbols that I'd like to clear those words COVID and Corona virus from the air, from each cell of our body, mind, and soul. Let it return to the depths of nothingness. Now, the next word that I would like to look at is actually a homonym, which is the word spell, S-P-E-L-L. Now, spell has a couple of different meanings. One is creating a formula, like with the alphabet, to create a word. And then the other one, like spell, like someone says they're going to put a spell on someone. So would definitely like to look at the chakra clearing on that for the collective and pick a card. The card of grounding surfaced. So we will ground the word spell, S-P-E-L-L, that it circles our mind and body with good intention, creating beautiful and wonderful positive energy. We realize that we live in duality and that we accept all things that come towards us, but we're also asking for protection against formulas of harm, of discontent, bringing us to the truth, and that we also comprehend our experiences in love and in the light and in harmony of the one Creator. So I will as well pull a card on the word spell from the Unknown Tarot. I like the name Unknown Tarot because we actually never know, I guess, what is about to come. So if we live in the now, this is very true. We never know what is before us in the now. The card of the Devil, which represents Capricorn energy. So, a card of restriction. And so, with the word spell, it constricts and confines. So, exactly like if I spell a word, that ends it. So, it starts off, but it also has an ending. So, if we can now, in our mind space, release that which is confining to bring about clarity and light. And now I'd like to look at two other words, the word cell, S-E-L-L, and the word cell, C-E-L-L. So with those groups of words, to sell something, of course, to exchange it to get something else, so one good, for another. The other cell, C-E-L-L, has to do with, for example, the cells in our body. So white, red blood cells, and as well, we even have it now today, a cell phone, so which is also spelled C-E-L-L. And I'd like that we take a look to clear that as well. But first off, we'd like to take a look at one of the chakra cards from Rachel Sharman. As to, with the word cell, C-E-L-L, as to which chakra C-E-L-L relates to for the collective. Relationships. So definitely. So if we're talking about the cells in our body, and we are also made from the cells from, for example, our parents, so has to do with relationships. And I would also say with the cell phone, CELL, because we strengthen our relationships as well by using the cell phone nowadays to call and to stay connected. So it does help to build our relationships. And now I'd like to take a look at the unknown tarot for SELL. So from the unknown tarot for the word SELL, have the death card. So a change. But I think that was for CELL. So talking about a change. So maybe a change within the cells of the body. Maybe as well a change in how we use them, how we communicate. And it is important as well to communicate with the cells of our body. So for example, to tell the cells of our body daily, you're fantastic, you're wonderful, you're healthy, you're strong, you're vibrant. Those are very important ways because guess what? Our cells are listening. They understand us. We have feelings, we have emotions. So it is important that we communicate with ourselves and that we as well strengthen our mind and body and stay in the feeling of harmony, bliss, and compassion. So, would like to clear the energy. We comprehend that we have two words that sound the same in the English language, the word cell, C-E-L-L, and the word cell, S-E-L-L, giving a distinction in the frequency and the vibration, where we know when we are saying the word cell, C-E-L-L, that we are strengthening our mind, the cells within our bodies, and the cells within our communities. And when we use the word cell, S-E-L-L, that we talk about the exchange from one thing to another. We bring this to the light, to the love, and the compassion of our community. And before I wrap up, I want to talk about the word repent, because if we look at the word pent, P-E-N-T, which means, again, confined or restricted. Remember, we had the card of being confined and restricted. To repeatedly be put in confinement or some sort of restriction. This is a program that has been set that we want to release from. So, and to look at another word, for example, the word sin, S-I-N. A sin means to be going astray. So if we're talking about sinning, is it going astray from who we are? So there is no sin. There is only going astray from who we are. So with the new energies that are quickly coming to this planet, of course, I would say that our childhood is over on this planet. So remain in the love, in the light, in the compassion, and continue in the strength and the reason that you came, to uplift, to be strong, to be love, to be awesome. And until I see you next time, have a great day.